The stadium is packed. 30,000 voices are roaring. The Filipino flags are waving like a sea of blue, red, yellow, and white. The Lindner Family Tennis Center in Mason, Ohio, has never seen anything like this. And at the center of it all is a 21-year-old from the Philippines who has taken the tennis world by storm. Alexandra Eala is about to face the biggest test of her North American hard-court swing. Her opponent is Amanda Anisimova, the world number 10, the 9th seed, the two-time Grand Slam finalist who has won 4 WTA titles and reached a career-high ranking of number 3. It is their first ever meeting on the professional circuit. It is a clash of styles, a clash of generations, a clash of expectations. The crowd is overwhelmingly behind Eala. The energy is electric. The tension is palpable. Anisimova knows what she is walking into. She has acknowledged Eala's great fan base and described the atmosphere as incredible. She has said she is really looking forward to it. But she also knows that the crowd will be probably going to be rooting more for her end. The stage is set. The showdown is underway, and the tennis world is watching. Alexandra Eala arrived in Cincinnati riding a wave of momentum that had been building for weeks. Her North American hard-court swing had been nothing short of spectacular. She had won 8 of her first 9 matches on hard courts, capturing her first WTA Tour title at the Mubadala DC Open in Washington and reaching the round of 16 at the National Bank Open in Toronto. She had climbed to a career-high world number 20 ranking and was seeded 17th at the Cincinnati Open, the highest seeding of her career in a WTA 1000 event. Her first match at the Cincinnati Open was a statement. She faced Elena Gabriela Ruse, the Romanian who had broken her heart in the final qualifying round of the 2024 U.S. Open. Eala dominated from the very first point. She won the first set 6-1. She was leading 3-0 in the second set when play was suspended due to a lightning warning. When play resumed, Ruse retired due to a foot injury. The victory was sweet revenge. It was Eala's 7th consecutive win against a player who had previously defeated her. It was a declaration that she was not the same player who had lost to Ruse 2 years ago. It was a statement that she was ready for the biggest challenges. And now, the biggest challenge of all awaited her, Amanda Anisimova. The 24-year-old American had also advanced to the third round with a dominant performance, defeating Zeynep Sonmez 6-2, 6-3. She was in good form. She was confident, and she was ready for the showdown. Amanda Anisimova is a formidable opponent. She has reached a career-high ranking of number 3 in the world and has won 4 WTA titles, including 2 WTA 1000 crowns at the Qatar Open and China Open. She was a finalist at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open last year. She reached the quarterfinals of the Australian Open earlier this season. She became the youngest French Open semi-finalist in history at just 17 years old. She is 24 years old and stands 5'11". Her game is built on power. She takes the ball early, flattens out her shots, and tries to impose her pace on opponents. She is dangerous on hard courts and has a strong serve that can win her free points. She has hit 90 aces this season compared to Eala's 66. She has also won a higher percentage of her first serve points, 65.7% to 62.6%. Her return game is also strong, winning 40.3% of her return games compared to Eala's 36.8%. But Eala has her own strengths. She is a left-hander, which gives her a natural advantage against right-handed opponents. She has a crafty game that uses variety and spin to disrupt opponents' timing. She has won 47.5% of her second serve points, slightly better than Anisimova's 46.9%. She has also played significantly more matches this season, logging 502 service games and 494 return games compared to Anisimova's 283 and 278. That volume of matches has given Eala experience and resilience. She has learned how to handle pressure, how to fight through tough moments, and how to win against the best players in the world. She has a 9-4 record against top 10 opponents. The stage is set for a fascinating tactical battle. Anisimova will try to impose her power and shorten points. Eala will try to absorb that power, change direction, and test the American's movement. The atmosphere at the Lindner Family Tennis Center is unlike anything the tournament has ever seen. The ticket prices were doubled for Eala's matches, and they still sold out completely. The organizers had seen the demand in Washington and Toronto, where Filipino fans had packed stadiums and created a barangay atmosphere. And now, Cincinnati was experiencing the same phenomenon. The crowd is overwhelmingly behind Eala. The Filipino flags wave proudly. The chants of "Let's go, Alex" echo across the stadium. The energy is electric. Anisimova, who is American and playing on home soil, is aware of the challenge. She has a great fan base, Anisimova said in her post-match interview after defeating Sonmes. And it looks like an incredible atmosphere every time she steps out to play a match. I'm really looking forward to that. She added, I love a packed stadium and I love a good atmosphere. I'm sure it will be a great match, even though they will probably going to be rooting more for her end. But I don't mind it, and I'll try to thrive off of the energy. It is a brave stance. But the reality is that the crowd could become a factor. Eala has thrived on the support of the Filipino diaspora. She has fed off their energy. She has used it to push herself to new heights. Anisimova, on the other hand, has never faced anything quite like this. The pressure could be immense. The match is a tactical puzzle. Anisimova is a power player who wants to dictate from the baseline. She takes the ball early, flattens out her shots, and tries to force errors. She is particularly dangerous on her forehand side and can hit winners from both wings. Eala is a counter-puncher who uses variety and spin to disrupt opponents' rhythm. She is crafty, using slices, drop shots, and angled ground strokes to keep opponents off balance. She is also a left-hander, which can be awkward for right-handed opponents. The key battle will be on the serve. Anisimova has a powerful serve that can win her free points. She has hit 90 aces this season. Eala's serve is slower and more spin-heavy. But as Andy Roddick has noted, Eala's serve is deceptive because it forces opponents to create their own pace. If opponents don't square up the return, Eala can crush the next ball in both directions with devastating power. Iga Swiatek, the world number 1, experienced this firsthand. It was tougher mentally for me to accept these missed returns from the slow serves, she said after losing to Eala at Wimbledon. The slow serve is a weapon that Anisimova has not faced before. She will need to adjust quickly and find a way to handle it. The return game will also be crucial. Anisimova has a strong return game, winning 40.3% of her return games. Eala has a 36.8% return game win rate. If Anisimova can get into Eala's service games and break early, she could take control of the match. But Eala is mentally tough. She has fought back from deficits before. She has beaten the best players in the world, and she has the crowd behind her. The stakes could not be higher. The winner will advance to the round of 16, where a potential showdown against Wimbledon champion and 6th seed Linda Noskova waits. Noskova has beaten Eala twice in 2026 by scores of 6-2, 6-0 at Indian Wells, and 6-2, 6-4 in the Berlin Open semifinals. A victory over Anisimova would give Eala the confidence she needs to face Noskova and potentially make a deep run. The Cincinnati Open is Eala's final major tune-up before the U.S. Open, which begins on August 30th in New York. She is defending second-round points at Flushing Meadows, but with her current form, she could do so much more. A deep run in Cincinnati could push her ranking even higher. She has already climbed to a projected career-high world number 18 in the live rankings. A victory over Anisimova would be her 8th top 10 win of the season. She would be one step closer to the top 10, one step closer to Billie Jean King's prediction that she would become a Grand Slam champion. But beyond the rankings and the results, there is something else at stake, the continuation of a movement. The Filipino diaspora has rallied behind Eala like no player before. They have turned stadiums into seas of flags. They have made tennis a celebration of community. They have shown the world that champions can come from anywhere. Eala carries their hopes on her shoulders. She knows it, and she is ready to deliver.